I started that recording way too early. Anyway, we are back for episode 2. Let's say episode 4. I don't know where my mind was going there. It's Act 3. It's not even Act 4. I don't know why 4 came to my head. I need to like adjust my microphone a little bit because it's kind of hard to hear it in the last recording. It was somewhat hard to hear it over certain cars, like well, my own car if I decided to rev it at the start, but also like Alex's car is kind of noisy. Beats RX-7 is a really noisy car. All the rotaries have always been kind of noisy though. By all the rotaries, I mean the Mazda RX-7s and 8s, because those are the only rotary cars that really exist, so... This bird nearly takes my door off, jeez. Alright, who did... just go to... you. I don't really know who to start with here. I've done like next to no talking or anything today, so no part of me is really like completely there right now. Meaning commentary might suffer for the first few minutes of this video. I'll try to get used to like functioning beyond pressing a couple of buttons on my controller and just watching YouTube videos. Oh, bye, Vert. Good lord. Oh. Alex, of course, following close. Sixteen-year-old is trying to get past Beat. I don't really know which one of these two has the handling cornering advantage, but that's too much cornering, Angel. They're angels. Twin-mill Metacog, try to get around Bedlam, the much slower vehicle here. It's kind of like the new Gearhead, really, but like a slightly better car. It just has like the most like insurmountable lack of acceleration, but and by that I mean like no, not insurmountable, like it lacks it basically. I don't know where my vocabulary was going, but it was not the right direction. Yeah, it actually has a higher top speed than Metacog's car, but it's just so big that it has no chance in corners against most of the other cars in this event. Alright, now, so of course pulling away, so the top 3 really aren't even part of this race anymore. This only matters from like 4th on back with Metacog fighting Silhouette and Bedlam over that position. 16 Angels not far away, Beat and Danny trying to become part of it, and Blossom just kind of stuck. Should probably have a... yeah, of course, that doesn't really surprise anyone here. Should probably elaborated in the previous video. Raceman's injury wasn't supposed to be on screen. It was just somewhere in the events up. Silhouette hit something. No idea if it was a wall or not, so I guess I might as well check. I hate this R2 button. No, he doesn't even hit him there. Seriously, I hate this thing. It's so touchy. Let's do this. Let's keep forgetting that. Don't know if he got... well, that goes from like the start of the race, so he should have gotten damaged somewhere along here. Or not. Where's this damage from? Must have been off screen. It's the only way. Like at the very start of the race is when it had to have been. I mean, save for Blossom, Danny, and that, this is exactly where I figured everyone would be, or about. That had been kind of like kind of like occurred to me too last night as I was like thinking about like, you know, as I tried to go to sleep, and it just kind of occurred to me that the whole like can't balance the race thing, right? Even in real life, it's very uncommon for, it's very common for like one driver to be continuously like the most successful one. And even garnering some like disposition towards the fan of the race series in the process. Well, unsurprisingly, Alex looks like he's probably about to win another race. So in other words, Alex is basically playing the part of like Lewis Hamilton or Ayrton Senna. That or Michael Schumacher, which would be more fitting since it is a Ferrari, but like... Yeah, they're too wide, but as soon as they get down to a corner, or it's down to a really big straight, like the one up ahead here, Alex is gonna slowly inch ahead if he doesn't, you know, take the grass. And the Nissan has better acceleration, but it understeers from also being all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive can be the biggest benefit or the biggest strength of a vehicle or its biggest weakness, depending on the car, really. Yeah, everything's just kind of like equivalent out to whereabouts I thought it'd be, except for that. We only have to get past Bedlam to be exactly where I'd predict him to be. Bedlam only being there because he started in second. Though I'm also there, kind of preventing that from doing anything about Bedlam right now, so... If you look at lap times, the fastest one is Metacog. But he doesn't have the power to pass anybody, he just has the handling to run a faster lap than everyone else. In a battle, all that handling doesn't help much if once we get to a straightaway, pretty much everyone else that runs in the top 8 with him would just pull away, save for maybe Danny. That is actually lost to me instead of gaining from Bedlam. Now, the thing is, like, for this car too, that obviously isn't associated with the cover necessarily, but I associated with purple or blue because of World Race, of course, and Slingshot looking, or being purple off the start in the World Race games. But of course there is no purple version of this car, or even blue for that matter. So it's instead this white and red livery. And there it is, that's a double pass for that, and now he's up to where I about projected he would probably be. Probably the power that vehicle has or doesn't have isn't really necessarily helping either. Danny and Blossom are like not. Yeah, this is I could skip from here, and I don't think anything could possibly change. Yeah, like the GTR isn't even the most powerful vehicle here, and that acceleration is incredible because it's the only, no, it's one of, I think, 3 or 4 all-wheel drive cars here. If my Porsche is 4-wheel drive, which I don't know if it is or not. The only other two that I know for sure would be Silhouette's Audi, and I'm pretty sure the Panamera is also 4-wheel drive. Most high-end supercars are, because otherwise there'd be no way the car would even turn, or like, it would never get going, because of all the power, it would just spin its tires for like 10 seconds and have no way to get the power to the road. No matter what type of tires you put on the car, there's just no way. My throat's been interesting today, it's not really worked with me too well. And now we go to Imola, which I think might have been one of the more boring races in Act 1, but now with faster cars, maybe that'll change. I've seen some interesting events at this track, it just didn't get any the first time we used it, and that's kind of why it didn't appear in Act 2 at all. But I figured Act 3, faster cars, like I said, and a couple of nuttier drivers like the Henchman or Silhouette means we could be in for like Demolition Derby race. Or like to the tune of Demolition Derby races almost. Which we need because we don't need this we don't need another act falling into boredom because you know Alex is winning every single race. I didn't even bother looking at the points as I knew most of them anyway. And if it does become a Demolition Derby, Alex would preferably end up getting involved in it for the sake of the championship being like close again. You can see that went fast. Alright, Twin Mill got an abysmal start off of the line. Let's put Danny and Alex down the line a little bit. The Henchman and 16 Angels shared our front row. Oh my god, Blossom. Bye! I guess Pete is a criminal. Maybe Blossom doesn't like that. His, outstanding criminal record. That would actually make perfect sense. She's no stranger to, like, vandals or anything like that, because the Green Gang worked almost very similar to Beat and his group of buddies. Though, I think the Green Gang are even worse. In several ways. So there's that penchant for destruction that this track can be known to have occasionally. Who's running away? Ah, it's 16 Angels, there's a change of pace. Beat actually got away fine after getting, like, shoryukened by Blossom to the first corner. But, Karma hit her like a steamroller. And she's now in the pits with me, or with Raceman. Okay, and now so what, it just caused another wreck? So what just hit Alex into Danny and Danny spun around? That's not really what you wanted. I think the leaderboard actually updated there before we even crossed the line? What? Yeah, the 16 Angels did cross the line at that time. Let's see, who hits who now? Bird isn't even close enough to hit anyone. Danny's probably thrown off a tiny bit from getting spun around by the domino effect of Silhouette and Alex. Bedlam and Alex get really comfortable with each other, and Alex just finds the sand. No, we're not back in the waiver for tracks yet. We'll stay here. You have time, Alex. You have 6 laps. You can get around him eventually. Meanwhile, 16 Needles and Twin Mill is still getting off to a comfortable lead. Beat is holding third, despite probably being scared, like, out of his mind, because Blossom decided to punch him in the back of the head. Oh my goodness, what's going on up here? I think I saw like 3 wide between Silhouette, Bedlam, and someone else. Might have been that. Might also have been like me or Alex. Now everyone is in an orderly fashion down into the final corners. And now Alex immediately pulls out for the move on Bedlam. He's been waiting a little bit for that one, I'm sure. Twin Mill with the fastest lap and getting around 16 Needles, who was literally almost 3 seconds a lap faster. No. Almost 4 seconds. And even 16 Needles is still the second fastest lap. I think traffic in the course has something to do with that, though. Danny and Vert run each other kind of aggressively. I try to pass the other portion of the race. Had them beat me in the last race, and I'm not having any more of that. Alex now behind Silhouette, one of the people that actually have hit him in this race. I don't think he's pleased about the whole situation. Beat still running for his life. Alex now tries to get around Silhouette, but his car doesn't have the acceleration of that four-wheel drive Audi. But does have better gears, better gear ratios, so it just runs it down a straightaway after a while. You go too wide. Alex, indecisive, I think. I don't know if he wanted to go in on top of him or go after him or not, but yeah, and there's the speed difference. Even though that car is like 20 years older than the Audi, that thing still just runs away. So Twin Mill has undoubtedly won this event. Beat that. Beat and that are gonna probably run into a... and have probably some sort of a dogfight here. Alex did some hitting. It's like the general way to tell if they got hit, the damage is in the rear part of the car. If they have done hitting, or they were hitting, they did the hitting, then the front of the car is usually damaged. And if they hit a wall, the sides are usually the part of the car that is damaged. As Alex goes to pass his old car, and claims fifth, not glames, that's not a word. Beating that, still trying to beat each other. I thought that would be past him already. This was not the correct assumption. Danny, no. God darn it. Ouch, braking maneuvers. Where am I going? I'm just gonna cut in front of Danny like I'm in Los Angeles and just give Metacog both of those positions. Happy birthday to the ground. So this is shaping up to be a very interesting straightaway here. Beat's car and that's car are about tied in top speed, but guess what isn't tied with them? Alex's Ferrari. Actually, Beat's considerably faster in a straight line. That has clearly the cornering ability to even outdo Alex's car. Keeping on so wet back here as well. We know how he's been this race. Seems kind of calmed now. And Tunel is in another time zone. For whatever reason, my crazy butt, whenever we go under a bridge or a sign like those, I always imagine the sound effect from Star Trek Challenge when you pass a checkpoint. Like, okay, it's not actually a checkpoint. Vert and the henchmen are too wide through the whatever that corner is. But Vert's car is, well, faster. Simply enough. He's through a practically in formation down to the final corner. And Alex will just take those positions and see you later. So what is now behind the henchman? There's also a big group of cars behind this. Bedlam, Metacog, myself, and Danny are just kind of stuck fighting for, like, 9th. Battling over 2 whole points. Danny, a little close there. Well, the henchman is being exposed once again. Well, convincingly, Twin Mill will win the race. Sixteen Angels returns to form with a 2nd place. Alex claws his way to 3rd. With that, not too far back in 4th. Vert did get Beat's 5th position off him. As did Silhouette, I think? No, that's not Vert up there, so that must be him. Yeah, Silhouette also got him. The henchman finally scores in Alex's 1st car. Bedlam and Metacog. What? Metacog finish off the points paying English points paying positions. I cannot pronounce words right now. I haven't even been here for that long. This is the only attempt I've given so far for this recording session, and English speaking muscle is a thing that exists, and I don't think it's working terribly well. I think it'd be better speaking Japanese right now than it would be at speaking English. And we got a lengthy race to close off the part here. I think it's 4 laps of the classic full version of Monza, which means both the oval and the road course. The road course was where So Fast basically got, like, annihilated, and among other interesting occurrences. I believe it was here where Danny got rear-ended by Byrne, and Danny didn't have any of that, and Byrne was the one that got ejected, basically. He was banned from the server for cheating. Sorry, I just looking at Facebook. I need to stop looking at my phone during recording. I can't cut this stuff out. Skippo is someone just deafens me with their car. Now we're over here. There we are. This would be scary. Act3 gets a good start, though that doesn't really matter when your car is down many horsepower. Beat will be the first to tag off. And that will just sneak right past. Bert is taking the alternative route. Act3 is really taking the alternative route. Well, that doesn't look like that was very good there. I think because he was trying to stay out of that lane. And then he clipped the henchman a little bit there. The henchman was just like doing his best impression of those like drift scooters that I saw advertised like a while ago. I don't know what they were even called. They were by Razor, but I don't remember what they were even named. Probably a reason for that. No one probably even cared. And Parkinson's tries desperately to keep control of his car. And he does actually succeed. He keeps it from mowing the lawn, but he's going to lose many places from that, I suspect. That here just holds up the entire pack of people. Which is exactly what he does, meaning... Yeah, Act3 is, he's toast there. He is not going anywhere. Yep, and he's done. This kind of leaves... Oh, beat that! These two, I don't know... Beating that, just kind of like have some sort of like... rivalry or alliance or something going, but they always seem to be pretty close to each other on the course. So the henchman... It was a henchman of that. No, Otto. Why is he here and Otto isn't? That's kind of odd. You'd think he'd have left when Otto backed out, but he did not. Here's Wheeler. Yeah, so when he recovered, he managed to take up the entire track. No one dared trying to go around him. And has given Beat That, which is now the collective term for when those two are 1 and 2 on the course, respectively. It's not Beat and That, it just Beat That now. Beat That. I'm having too much fun with that, can't you tell? And he's given them a significant advantage over the rest of the field, and now here comes literally everybody else. The first of your next challengers is Danny. He's beaten you before, and he'll do it even easier this time. After that will be, eventually, 16 Angels once it gets up to you. Should probably do it not long, but that old Ferrari just kind of lacked in handling and some acceleration, but its top speed is about the same as 16 Angels, or even almost the same as Twin Mill's car. Almost. Whoa, Bert, that's a lot of damage. Oh my god, they're loud! So I guess he got to that around here. Did he like smack into him or something? No way, Bert is smarter than that. Yeah, he got damage from something else. I don't know what it would have been. I wonder if maybe he hit the henchman or something. Like as he was recovering, I think he might have hit him. Oh no, he wanted his own little expedition there. Be at red damage, he had to have had a pretty big collision at some point or another. Well, that would probably do it. He just kind of like tagged the wall a little. And Danny is catching both of those drivers. Twinmill is quickly getting on the rest of the cars. Alex not being so swift in doing so. I think he'll probably take the same role Bert did. Six Angels has Rolling Thunder there behind him. You gotta go too wide with Twinmill through this corner because he's forced the issue. Now he is covering Blossom for moving on, and that just gives Alex 2 positions instead of 1. Maybe not. Maybe I'd only get the 1 on yeah, looks like he's only gonna get the 1 on Blossom, unless, well, Six Needles with a corner exit like that has, yeah, that'll do it 2 for him. Beat, you better run for the hills. I don't know if anything can really save you here. Because Bert's not far away, however, I think he might have about the same top speed as you with that aero damage to his car. Doesn't seem to have an infinite top speed. Like, it'll just keep going up in the revs and the top speed. Oh, it peaks at 186. Oh gosh, that's 195 though. Plus has better handling. We better run. Danny also, again, a speed demon car, no doubt. Yeah, Bert is 3 seconds faster a lap, plus his car will be able to do 200 in a slipstream. Beating Danny's lap times are very similar, so I don't think Danny might get, I don't really know if Danny will be getting to him in time, but I'm thinking Bert will. He need only catch 5.5 seconds in a car that has better handling and considerably better power. And the acceleration on this thing, as I've said multiple times, is incredibly responsive. Danny just needs to hope that, oh yeah, never mind. I was about to say, he needs to hope that Twinmill and Alex, and even Blossom for that matter, stay back a little ways for our time, for like any period of time, so you can gain on, at least maybe try and gain on Beat as he battles Vert for the lead, but he has to battle Twinmill and Alex at the same time. That's not going to get him anywhere at all. And that's looking what might be possible here as Alex and Twinmill follow each other into what is known as Parabolica. That's with the only corner that is mostly unchanged from 1966 to modern day. Angels and everyone else are just not even relevant anymore. Silhouette is gonna try and pass 16 Angels, but power deficit is apparently enough. I didn't think it would be that much. Check on Vert. Beat is now in his sights. It's probably like a 2-second gap, maybe 2.5. Beat can get, like I said, 185 before the bumps in the track kind of reduce your speed, plus you are turning. I think Beat's car is actually better suited for the bumps though than Vert's, because Vert, while going faster, loses more speed overall. However, your time has come, Beat. The day of reckoning is upon you, and you will now receive Vert. You had a really good run there, but not even Sonic can last forever. So Alex has cleared apparently both Twin Mill and Danny. I didn't think he'd already past Twin Mill when he got there. Vert maybe can, or Beat can maybe remain close enough to Vert for draft down the straightaways. Though I see it a bit unlikely. Yeah, I think Vert's already gone. There's no hope for Beat to win the race. He just kind of has to hope that Alex is, you know, gonna stay there. Because Vert doesn't really make mistakes. Not many. And definitely less than Beat would probably make. Twinmill has now also cleared Danny. Alex probably needs to run still. I think Twinmill has higher top speed. Just some worse handling, but on this oval that might not matter too much. Blossom is still just kind of hanging out in 6th place. I don't think the speed difference is enough for her to get to Danny in time. I think this is the finishing order here. I don't really know if anything else is gonna really change. Byrne appears to be struggling with this damage. I imagine he just got from smacking more walls in the last few laps. If I had to guess, he probably had to race a Metacog, and Metacog forced him aside. He didn't know what to do with this scenario and just hit the wall. From 8th, and covering a gap of like probably 15 seconds by the end of the first lap, Vert wins, beaten like a unbelievable 2nd place. Alex and Twin Mill and other usual suspects kind of filling the other gaps. Metacog did not have a good day. He only coming in 13th position. And I'm pretty sure he's scored points in every other race, and I think that power of his vehicle is to blame. That car is designed for corners. Get onto a big oval section like this, and even Byrne almost gets him before the line. And back down, as he got down the straightaway, he would get him, and get a good distance away from him as well. So yeah, that's not a track Metacog particularly likes, I don't think. Given that he started 7th, it's not even like he just started there and stayed there. He actually fell down 8 positions. 7 positions. Technically 6, but I considered that Byrne just basically beat Metacog there, and probably would have at some point or another. Alex has had a falling out here. with Vert and Twin Mill stealing wins from him at Imola, Monza, and I don't remember who won at Silverstone. But I know it wasn't him. Yeah, so Alex has lost the points lead, but once again, it's only really between Alex and Twin Mill. And I'm annoyed because it is the case, but at the same time, we're 2 parts into the series. I can't change that anymore. We just have to get through this bit here. And Act 4 will hopefully be like a breath of fresh air for the series. Why can't we have, where we can hopefully have the same variety in the front that Act 1 had, where we didn't know, okay, one of these 2 drivers is probably going to win. You can hear my voice just quitting on me right now. So I shall see you in the next one.